Robertson, and today, for our math assignment, we're going to do this worksheet, practice set 87 and practice set 88. Now, you should have already completed the 12 bell work problems on the arithmetic practice. You should have done numbers 1 to 12 today on your bell work. And then tomorrow for bell work, we're going to do the back of that worksheet, which will be problems 13 to 24. And the worksheet that I'm referring to is the computation review paper. Okay, and we'll go over those on Friday to make sure you know how to do your computation skills. Now let's look at this paper here. Use a rule, a table, and a graph to represent the information and answer questions. Peanuts cost $2 per pound. Record an equation that represents the rule for finding the cost of any number of pounds. It says equation, so right away you know you're going to use an equal sign. It's $2 per pound. Here they didn't use P, they used X. So I'm going to do 2 times X equals Y. Why am I using that? Because in the table that they've already started, they've used X and Y. Again, this is your input, and this column is your output. So you should have your equation 2x equals y. Now let's look at the table and complete it. 1 times 2 is $2. Now we're going to take 0.5 times 2. A half a pound times 2 will give you the answer 1, or $1. 0.5 times 2. How many numbers are behind the decimal point? 1, and we need to make it dollars. Dollars and cents goes to the hundreds place. Now we're going backwards. When you're going the opposite way, you do the opposite of multiplication, because our equation said 2 times x equals y. Well, when you're going from y to x, you do the opposite. The opposite of multiplying by 2 is divide by 2. $4 divided by 2 is 2. So 2 pounds will cost you $4. The answer, 2. 3 times 2 will give you 6, or $6. The dollar sign goes in front of the digit. 8 pounds of peanuts will be $16. Make sure you have that completed. Now, let's look at problem number 3. Use the values in the table as the x and y coordinates for points. List the points. So we're going to do x, y, 1, 2. Now, since it's $2, you look at the graph, they don't have the 0.00. You can just keep it as 1, 2. Yes, you have to put the parentheses around an ordered pair. The next one, 0.51. If you want to say a half, 1, that's fine. Or you could say 0.5. They both say the same thing. The next one, our next ordered pair is 2, 4. The next ordered pair, 3, 6. And make sure you put your comma in between the numbers and you have the parentheses around them. Our last ordered pair, 8, 16. Now we are going to plot these 5 points on the graph below. You're going to go over to the 1, up to the 2. Now you're going to go a half and up 1. There's a half. Now they're going by 2, so 1 is going to be about right there. It's going to be in the middle of the box. Do you see that? This is a half, and that's a 1 because they were going by 2s. Over 2, up to 4. They should form a straight line, kids. If they're not making a straight line, you might have made a mistake. Over 3, up to 6, over 8, up to 16. And when you connect the dots, it should make a straight line. Make it nice and light. How much would 11 pounds of peanuts cost? Well, if we go back up and look at our rule, 2x equals y. Replace x with the value of 11. 2 times 11 will give you 22, and the answer will be $22. Explain how you could use the graph to find the cost of 11 pounds. Well, we could extend it another number. And let's see, they are going by 2s. So this would be a 22. And it looks like it would be close to 22. If my lines would have been a little straighter, you could see it would be up to 22. So it says explain how you could use the graph to find the cost of 11 pounds. You could extend the graph over to 11. Continue drawing the line that exists up to where it intersects the 11 on the graph. And as you can tell, it would be on the 22. It will cross at the 22 mark of the y-axis. That's a lot to write for that problem. Okay, now let's go to the back side. I'm going to do number 1 and 2, and I will graph it here. You are going to have to do number 3 by yourself. Now, let's see what these problems are about. It says an apple tree grows at an average of 18 inches per year. An apricot tree grows at an average of 24 inches per year. Complete the table for apple tree, and then you're going to complete the table for the apricot tree, and you'll graph them. If you want to use 2 different colors, you can, but let's do the first one first. We're doing the apple tree, and the rule here is you're going to multiply it times 18, years times 18. So our rule is 18 times x equals y. So 1 year times 18 is 18. 2 times 18 will be 36. Now what times 18 is 63? We're going backwards. So instead of multiplying, you're going to divide. 63 divided by 18 will give you the answer. So let's just do that. 63 divided by 18. I think it will be, let's see, 5 will be too big. We'll try 4. 4 times 8 is 32. Put down a 2, carry a 3. 4 times 1 is 4, plus 3. Ooh, 4 is too big. It's going to be a 7. Or excuse me, a 3. 3 times 8 is 24. Put down a 4, carry a 2. 3 times 1 is 3, plus 2 is 5. Subtract. Add a decimal point and a 0. Bring it down. How many 18s are in a 90? I think it's 5. 5 times 8 is 40. Put down a 0, carry a 4. 5 times 1 is 5, plus 4 is 90. So that's going to be 3.5 or 3.5 years. 5 times 18. 18 times 5, we already know this, is 80, or excuse me, 90. 18 times 7. 7 times 8 is 56. Carry a 5. 7 times 1 is 7. Plus 5 will give you 12. 126. And this one, we're going to do 144 divided by 18. And it will go into that 8 times, I believe. 8 times 8 is 64. Carry a 6. 8 times 1 is 8. Plus 6 is 14. Now we have it completed. We've completed the chart. Write an equation to represent the rule for the table. Well, we wrote it up here. The equation is 18 times x equals y. There is your equation. Now we're going to graph these on the graph below. So here are the ordered pairs that I will have for this one. 118. The next graph is going to be 236, and these should make a straight line. 3.5, 63, 5, 90. I'm getting all of these ordered pairs from here. The next one will be 7, 126. And the last one, 8, 144. Now this is the apple tree. I'm going to do the apple tree in orange. You don't have to do different colors, but you'll need to label which one is what. So here we go. Over 1 up to 18. Well, are they going by tens? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So that's 10. I'm just going to write the numbers here. It just makes it easier. 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120, 130, 140. So 1 year, I go up to 18. It's going to be close to the 20, but below it. 2 is 36. Go over to the 2, up to 36. It's halfway between 30 and 40, a little closer to the 40. 3.5. This is 3.5 right here. Go up to 63. 63. 5. Go over to the 5, up to 90. Now notice it's making a straight line. If it's not, you need to stop and look to make sure you've got the right ordered pair or you're on the right line. 7, 126. There's 100, 110, 120, 126 is going to be in the middle, a little above it. And 8, here's 8, 144. All right, connect the dots. Draw the line lightly. Now you can tell I didn't quite go through there. So this is, I'm going to use the orange highlighter. If you use a highlighter, sometimes it's easier. This is the apple tree. And this is my little key. Orange is the apple tree. Let's try to spell it correctly. Apple. And then if you want to use another color for the apricot tree, you may. So your assignment, make sure you do 3, 4, and graph it. So for today, let's wrap it up. Bell work. You should have 1 to 12 done on that paper for today. You should have this worksheet, both sides, complete before tomorrow. If you have all of this done, then do reflex. Have a good day, and I'll see you on Friday.